All right, let's jump right in. If you're in real estate, you know this feeling, right? Every single listing is its own little world, and each one needs a totally unique marketing plan to really shine. But actually creating a custom plan for every single property? Wow, that's a ton of work, and it's a fast track to getting completely burned out. So what's the fix?
I mean, just look at these two. Trying to market a huge luxury waterfront estate versus a cozy suburban starter home, they are two completely different ball games. For that luxury spot, you're talking to high net worth buyers, and your message is all about prestige. For the starter home, you're trying to reach young families, probably through Facebook community groups. The channels, the words you use, the budget, everything is different.
And that really brings us to the million-dollar question. How on earth do you create a top-notch custom marketing plan for every single listing from a tiny studio apartment to a massive mansion without just running out of steam and resources? Well, the answer, and honestly the thing that is totally changing the game for agents everywhere, is artificial intelligence. AI is the tool that makes all this personalization not just possible, but actually scalable. It does the heavy lifting for you and swaps out guesswork for a strategy that's backed by real data.
So here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with the big marketing challenge. Then we'll see exactly why AI is such a game changer. After that, I'll show you how to get started with something as simple as ChatGPT. Then we'll level up with some pro platforms, build an integrated strategy, and finally, talk about how all this becomes your new competitive edge.
So let's be super clear about the problem we're facing. That old school, one-size-fits-all approach to marketing a property, it's just broken. It's not efficient, it's not effective, and frankly, it's leaving a lot of money on the table. And this is exactly where AI comes in. Now, it's not magic. It's just really, really smart data analysis. AI can look at thousands of data points, local sales, what buyers are doing, what's happening in the market, and then it crafts a marketing plan that is tailor-made to sell that specific property. So you might be wondering, okay, where do I even begin? And the great news is you don't have to go out and invest in some super expensive, complicated software. The easiest way for anyone to dip their toes in the water is with a tool you've probably already heard of, ChatGPT. And the best part is how practical it is, right now. This isn't just theory. This is a prompt you can literally copy, paste, and use today. You just fill in the blanks with your listings info, and boom, you've got a strategic starting point in a matter of seconds. And the kind of stuff it gives you back is incredibly specific. For, say, a $450,000 house in the suburbs, it's not going to give you some vague advice. It might suggest a precise budget breakdown, but 40% into social media ads that target families, 30% into local community outreach, and so on. It's a real, actionable plan from one simple prompt. It also gets the messaging right. For that suburban home, the keywords are going to be things like family-friendly, great schools, community. But if you plug in a luxury condo, the AI completely shifts gears to words like prestige, investment, and lifestyle. This makes sure you're always speaking the right language to the right people. Okay, so ChatGPT is an amazing start, a fantastic entry point. But when you're ready to get serious and really scale your efforts, it's time to level up to the specialized platforms. Let's take a look at the Professionals Toolkit. First up, we have Lofty. The best way to think about this is as your all-in-one marketing command center. It's an AI-powered CRM, but it does so much more than just store your contacts. What makes Lofty so powerful is how it automates everything. It actually analyzes how your leads are behaving. It can automatically group them by things like price range, and then it helps you generate custom content, emails, social posts, that speaks directly to what each of those groups wants to see. Next, let's talk about the visuals, because in real estate, visuals are pretty much everything, right? Render AI is a tool that specializes in creating amazing, price point appropriate visuals for your marketing. So with Render's AI, you can create totally different visual plans. For a starter home, maybe that means virtually staging it with modern, affordable furniture. But for that high-end luxury listing, it can generate stunning staging with designer brands and create images that are perfect for those glossy magazines. It makes your visuals just as strategic as your words. Now for something a little different, SmartZip uses what's called predictive analytics. Its whole goal isn't just to help you market the listings you have, it's to help you find your next listing by figuring out which homeowners are probably going to sell soon. This is a massive advantage because it lets you be proactive. Instead of waiting for listings to come to you, SmartZip helps you predict who might be ready to sell in the next few months. You can then group them by their home's value and start marketing to them before your competition even knows they're thinking about it. Okay,
So these tools are all really powerful on their own, but the real magic, the secret sauce, happens when you connect them all into one smooth, seamless workflow. That's the integrated strategy.
So here's how that all fits together. You start with ideation, using ChatGPT to brainstorm the initial strategy for a new listing. Then you move to execution with Lofty, taking those ideas and automating your campaigns. Next, you visualize with Rendi AI, creating those perfect visuals that grab people's attention. And finally, you predict with SmartZip, using data to find and market to your next sellers. See how each step just flows into the next? It creates this incredibly powerful system.
So when you put it all together, what does it all add up to? Simple. It becomes your competitive edge. In a market that's more crowded than ever, using AI like this is what separates you from the pack. It lets you work smarter, not harder.
You know, this quote just absolutely nails it. The people who are winning right now aren't necessarily the ones putting in the most hours. They're the ones with the smartest strategy. And AI is what delivers that intelligence at scale.
So, the final question I have is really for you to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your current way of doing things, your marketing, your results, and ask yourself, is my business working hard or is it working smart? Because the tools to make that switch are here, right now.